Hello, so let me tell you a story. When I was a child, 3, 4, 5 years old, I really enjoyed running. I run around absolutely everywhere, as most of us did. Then I went to school, it became part of the curriculum, and I didn't really enjoy it so much. I then joined the forces, and although fitness was part of what I had to do, again, I didn't really enjoy it so much. So when I left and I didn't have to do that anymore, I was absolutely ecstatic until 12 years later when I got really, really ill, and I was 24 hours pretty much away from death. And it was then, having to rebuild myself after that, that I found my love of running, and I had a purpose to do that. So this video today is all about how you can start running. It's not about how you can run your fastest 5k, how you can run a marathon, how you can get into ultras, or how you can run across the Sahara Desert. It's about how you can get off your arse, get out there and actually begin your running journey and enjoy it. So here are my 12 tips for beginning to run. Tip number 1, just get out there and do it. It's not complicated. It's putting one foot in front of the other, and it's getting out. You can run on road, you can run on trail, you can run on beach, you can run absolutely wherever you like. Get out there and find a place to run that you enjoy. Run in it, do as much as you feel you comfortably can, and don't push it. So that's it. Tip number 1, just get out there and just do it. Tip number 2, just get out there and run at an easy pace. Don't worry about what you were taught in school, because like I say, the school curriculum was all about winning races, it was about running faster, it was about running further. Don't worry about that. Just get out there, run at an easy pace that works for you, even if it's only a little bit more than walking, and get out there and do it. Take it slow, you will soon start to see progress and soon build up. Tip number 3, get some good shoes. Now it's true that this hobby is really simple, and that all you've got to do is get out onto the trails, get onto the road and actually run. But you will notice the difference if you get yourself some good shoes. Now if you want to get good shoes, initially what I would do is not go to the likes of your Sports Direct or your JD Sports or anything like that. Go to your local expert running shop. It can be quite intimidating to go in there, but these people are really passionate about helping you to run, and it will help you. Get a gait analysis which shows how you run and what your biomechanics look like, and they will be able to recommend the shoes that are good for you. You're not under any obligation to buy them, but you know, they will recommend the shoes that are going to make your running journey a hell of a lot more comfortable and also help prevent injury. Like I said before, mix up your surfaces. Get used to running on different surfaces. Running on the road, running on paths can be quite hard on the ankles, quite hard on the feet, really hard on the knees. But try and change and get out and run on trails, pretty much like this one. And also get out and run on the beach. There's a different set of challenges there, because you've got to be careful not to roll an ankle. So you need to be looking where you're putting your feet down. But running on these surfaces is overall much kinder to your feet, legs, knees and general body and biomechanics than running on the road is. But mix it up, find out what works for you, and get out and enjoy running. Walking is fine. Now, don't worry about what the purists or what some real sort of running snobs are going to tell you, but walking's great, it's fine, especially if you can sort of develop that into sort of power hiking up hills and things like that, because as you go for your long runs you might need to do that. I walk on a lot of my runs. Sometimes it's just to give my body a bit of a rest, sometimes it's just to enjoy beautiful scenery, but running is great. And you can even mix that up and set yourself a bit of a walk run schedule. So maybe you'll run for 2 minutes, walk for 1 minute, something like that. And again, you can use the Couch to 5k, which works on that premise to build yourself up into running if you're aiming towards that 5k. Tip number 7, run for time, not distance. And by that I don't mean run faster and faster. What I mean is set yourself an amount of time that you're going to put aside for running that day. So today I'm going to run maybe 20 minutes. So you've got that 20 minutes. So when you first start, you can do an out and back route where you do 10 minutes out and 10 minutes back. But as you continue running, you will start to know the loops that are about 20 minutes long. And you'll tend to find that as you move forward, it will take you less time to do those loops, so you can increase them, and you can increase your time by about 10% a week. Is a very, very rough guide, but it's always best to run to exactly how you feel. So if you feel that the time that you're running is too much, bring it back a bit and then move it on as you start to get better and better. Tip number 8, you are going to ache, your muscles are going to hurt. As you do that, start to work out the difference between what's just an ache and what is an injury. So an injury tends to be a sharp pain that's come on suddenly. Your ache, you're gonna feel after you run, and maybe as you get into your run as well. So it can feel uncomfortable at times during your work up to beginning to run, and also, you know, as you progress and you start to do longer and longer distances, yes, you are going to ache, but you can negate that by some really good stretches after you have finished your run, and also in between runs as well. You can get yourself a foam roller, and there's lots of great videos out there on YouTube about how to use a foam roller to release those and relieve those aching muscles. So tip number 9, I've alluded to it in a couple of the previous tips, but try not to do too much too soon. If you're working on time, try and build it up by about 10% a week. So first week, maybe you run 20 minutes per run, and then you do sort of 22 minutes per run, whatever after that, and just keep building up. But again, run to feel. If you feel like you're doing too much, especially in the early days, you probably are, so just wind that back a bit. This isn't a sprint. You're not trying to become the next sort of Linford Christie. That ages me a bit, doesn't it? But what you are trying to do is get out there and run and enjoy it in a reasonably safe and fit sort of way. Tip number 10, join a running club or join an online community. There are lots of great online communities out there. There's the Lonely Goat Running Club, there's Alcohol Free Runners, there's Got Tabbing, there's Be a Black Sheep. There's so many. There's a beginners running club Facebook page as well if you want to get on that, and of course the Alicast page, you can join that. Get on, but you will get lots of tips and tricks on there, lots of support, lots of people going through the same running journey as you, and then when you want to, you can get out there and you can join the running club as well, and joining that running club will help you progress your running. Tip number 11, keep a log of your run as well, just so you can see how you're progressing. Now that could be as simple as a pen and paper, but you know, you don't need all sort of fancy watches and things like that. You can download the Strava app to your phone and you can record your runs on there, and that will help you see exactly how you are progressing in your runs. Are you going longer? Are you getting faster? Is your heart rate starting to come down? It will show you all those things, but don't get too wrapped up in the data. But it is great to have that log just to see how you're progressing. And Tip number 12, the daddy of them all for me, is to get yourself along to Parkrun. Parkrun is an amazing organisation. It puts on free runs across the UK and the world, in fact, on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. You can download yourself a barcode off the Parkrun website, which you use to log your time, and you get there and you will meet runners of all abilities there. You will meet runners who are completing a 5k in 15 to 17 minutes, and you'll also see people there who are taking over an hour, and you can be any one of those people and you'll be welcome to Parkrun. You can also volunteer at Parkrun as well, which is a great way to get involved in the running community, and a great way to meet people is to give up. Maybe I give up 1 in 5 parkruns to actually go and volunteer and help out and marshal and scan barcodes. But a great community to get involved in, and if there's one thing you do out of this, the first thing, definitely go out there and join the Parkrun community. So they are my 12 tips for getting into running and starting to become a regular runner. But above all, definitely get out there and just enjoy it. Don't worry about time, don't worry about speed, don't worry about whether you're better than anybody else. Just try and improve on yourself each time you go out for a run, or even on a weekly basis. Running can get you out to beautiful places like this. You could run around your local communities and you get to see things that most people probably never get out there and see. So start your running journey today. Lace up, get whatever running kit you've got on, and get outdoors. Cheers, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe below, and also search out the AliCast podcast, where you can listen to episodes from elite sportsmen and beginners alike. Just search for the AliCast wherever you get your podcasts, and you will find that. Cheers, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe, because it really does help our efforts on YouTube and in the podcast world, and helps other people find relevant content. Cheers, everyone.